Hello friends, I am Justin Paul from Computer Science and Engineering Department. Today the seventh experiment of the networking lab, that is VLAN and Inter-VLAN routing, that is for batch 2. So we have been given to configure VLAN and Inter-VLAN routing on the following topology, and 3 VLANs with ID 10 for students, 20 for finance and 30 examination, and then configure VLAN and inter-VLAN routing and show the end-to-end system connectivity. So first let me explain to you what is virtual LAN. So VLAN means virtual LAN. So virtual LAN is any broadcast domain that is partitioned and isolated in a computer network at the data link layer, that is the OSI layer 2, and LAN is the abbreviation for local area network, as you know. And in this context, virtual refers to a physical object recreated and altered by additional logic. So VLANs work by applying tags to network packets and handling these tags in network systems, creating the appearance and functionality of network traffic that is physically on a single network but acts as if it is split between separate networks. In this way, VLANs can keep network applications separate despite being connected to the same physical network and without requiring multiple sets of cabling and network devices to be deployed. And let me talk about inter-VLAN now. So VLANs are used to segment switch networks. Layer 2 switches can be configured by a network professional with over 4,000 VLANs. However, layer 2 switches have been very limited to IPv4 and IPv6 functionality and cannot perform the routing functions of routers. While layer 2 switches are gaining more IP functionality, such as the ability to perform static routing, these switches do not support dynamic routing. With the large number of VLANs possible on this switches, static routing is insufficient. So you can see this is the topology which is given to me. So here you can see students, finance and examination. So all this this is of the same network, this three is of the same network, this three is of the same network. So for 3 VLANs with ID 10, 20 and 30. Okay, now let me go to the packet file. So here I have created the same topology, and here first of all, after creating this topology, I have assigned the IP address. I have kept this for the students, I have kept the IP as 192.168.10.1 and the default gateway, that is 10.254, and for this PC I have given it as 10.2, and default gateway is same 10.254. For this PC also I have given 10.3. So you can see this three belongs to the same network. This is 10.1, 10.2 and 10.3. In the same way, this is 20.1, 20.1, 20.254 is the default gateway. The same way, this is 20.2, 20.3, and then 30.1, 30.2, 30.3. That way, you need to assign the IP address and the default gateway as 192.168 and 10.254 or 20.254 or 30.254. After assigning the IP address, you need to come to this switch, and then what you need to do is enable conf t. Now you need to make VLAN 10. So you created a VLAN of ID 10 for the students. Then you should give the name. It's not necessary, but you can give name V1 and then VLAN 20, name V2, then VLAN 30, then name V3. So now we have created 3 VLANs with VLAN 10, 20, 30. You can see I have already done. Just for showing you, I was doing that. See, after first getting in enable config t and then VLAN 10, then you should give the name V1, then VLAN 20, name V2, VLAN 30, name V3, then interface FA01. So now what you need to do is, see, from here you can see there are 3 interfaces. This is FA01, FA11, this is FA21. So what you need to do is, after this you need to go to interface FA0/1 and then click SW and tab, then you will get to switch port, then mode, access, then SW access VLAN 10. So what you're doing is you're giving the access of VLAN 10 to the FA01. In the same way you need to do for the interface FA11, same steps. Switch port mode access, switch port VLAN, it should be 20. In the same way we need to do for interface 21 and switch port VLAN 30. So once all this is assigned, so I hope you understood, because what we are doing is first we are creating three VLANs and the ID is given. See, the command is VLAN and then the ID. Since in the question it is given that the ID 10 for students, 20 for finance and 30 for examination. So we are creating VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30 and we are giving name for those. And then after that what we are doing is we have three interfaces. FA01 we are giving it to VLAN 10 because this is VLAN 10, and for finance we are giving VLAN 20, and for examination we are giving VLAN 30. And then you can see here we have an interface that is FA31. FA31. So for that interface what you need to do is enter FA3/1 and then switch port mode trunk. For this interface FA31 you should that mode should switch port mode should be truncated. So after that we can exit from here. Again we can exit and then show VLAN brief, which show you all the details how it is connected. So you can see VLAN 1 V1 is given to the 10, V2 is for 20, V3 is for 30, and it is assigned to FA01, FA11 and FA21 respectively. And you can see FA31 is not there just because we have made it as switch port mode trunk. In the same way you should do the same codes you need to do for this switches too. I have already done it, you can see. See, first we are getting in enable config t, then we are creating VLANs 10, 20 and 30, and then we are giving the names. After that 01 we are giving the access to VLAN 10, 11 we are giving the access to VLAN 20, 21 VLAN 30 and switch port mode trunk. And then again show VLAN brief, you can see 01 is assigned to V1, 11 is assigned to V2, 21 is assigned to V3. In the same way you should do for switch 3. See, I have already done VLAN 10, 20, 30 and can see all this I've done. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30. For 2.1 again we have given 30 and 3.1 we have made it as trunk. And this switch what we need to do is we will again make three VLANs, that is VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30 and then give the names. But here what we'll do is all the interfaces, that is 01, 11, 21 and 31, we will trunk each and every interface. So we can see inter FA01 switch port mode trunk, 11 also same mode trunk, FA21 also mode trunk, FA31 also mode trunk. This is very simple. And then in the router what you need to do is see enable then conf t, and then you can see I am giving inter fa0/0.10, and then what you need to give is encapsulation. Oh, here it was a mistake, that's because I didn't give a space after 1q. So in the next line you can see encapsulation dot 1q space 10, and then I am giving the IP address. So 192.168.10.254, this IP address is given to the gateway of all the networks in the sense that 10 this networks this network we have given the gateway as 10.254, so we have given 10.254 and the subnet mask as 255.255.0 and then no shutdown. In the same way we need to do for everything like 0/0.20 and then .1q20, again the IP address 20.254, and then you can see for 20 also we have done, 30 also we have done, no shutdown. Then again for FS00 we are like switching it on, so no shutdown. After that we have a command called copy run sta. So what this copy run sta will do is after like sometimes this stores it in the NRAM, it won't be erased, like non-erasable RAM. So whatever we do the configuration in the router, it won't be erased. So after that, if you see, if you want to send a packet, first of all, here is the, you can see the packet is moving. So what we did is we created three VLANs, and then you can see the packet is moving. So from whichever network you want to send to any networks, it will go. So like, it's very easy. So we can see the packet. So I hope you understood this concept of the VLAN and inter-VLAN. First of all, you need to assign the IP address to all these networks, and then when you come to switch, you need to make as many VLANs which is said. So in this, we have created three VLANs, that is 10, 20, and 30, and then we will give the access to 0, 1, 1, 1, and 2, 1, and the interface FA31 we will make it as trunk, and then the same procedure will be followed for this three switches. And then in this switch, what we are doing is, see, again we are creating three VLANs, but here what we are doing is we are not giving the access to any of the interfaces. Instead, we are making all the interfaces as trunk, and then in the router we are like, um, we have a different command, that is interface fa0 slash 0.10. After that, encapsulation dot 1q space 10, and then we are giving the IP address, that is 192.168.10.254, and this IP address is given as the default gateway in the systems like PCs and the server. In the same way you should do for all the VLANs 10, 20, and 30, and then fa00 no shut. So I hope you understood this concept. So if you have any doubts, you can put it in the comments section. I'll be replying to it. Thank you for watching my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe my video.